Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to get started with a decline curve analysis project. In our previous video we had loaded our production data and our well header data that we'll be using for this project. If you don't know how to do that, please go and review that video before getting started. This data is here in this folder that we made, and now we're going to create a new decline curve analysis project. To do this, we can right click here and say New Decline Curve Analysis. And we'll just give this a name and hit OK. This brings up a new empty project, and the first step we need to do is bring in these databases to the project. So here on the top right hand side we have our database selection menu. Here I'll choose my well database and my production database, and you'll notice it's now populated my well list and it's populated the map. And we can zoom in here, and you can see we have a number of well spots. Now, when first getting started, there are a few things that will make your project go easier. I like to start off by setting a filter here on the cumulative production of a minimum of 1 barrel. And what that'll do is that'll filter out wells that were, for example, never producing. So it'll filter out things like dry holes. It'll filter out permits that haven't yet been drilled. This will make your interpretation a bit cleaner. If we want to see the cumulative production, we can turn on our production bubbles. And of course, if we wanted to filter our data to a specific GOR range or lateral length, we could do that here. So let's say we wanted to look at wells with a lower GOR, and let's say we only wanted to look at wells that were horizontal, so that have at least a lateral length, in this case, of 3,500 feet or more. You'll notice that this has now updated the map as well as my well list. If I click on a well, you'll see that we automatically have a decline on here. What you'll probably want to do is start off by setting some global options here. So I'm going to hide away the database area and the filters area for now, and you'll see that we have some decline curve analysis constraints. Two settings that I would encourage you to update will be the minimum DI. I would suggest putting that at a very small value like 0.01. And for the max B factor, I would set that at a value that's less than 2, for example 1.3. And then finally, there is an option here for terminal decline. This is to make sure that you have a minimum annual decline. So select exponential here. And let's say we want our well to decline at least 8% per year. So we can come in and let's say put 0.08 there. And you'll notice that the graph now shows us where we hit that terminal decline. Let's put this on a log scale to make it a bit clearer. And we can zoom in on a part of the production here if we want. And we can see that we now have some initial declines on our production. So just to review what we've done, we have created a new decline curve analysis project. We then brought the data into the project. We set up some initial filters to get down to wells that have data and that fall within in this case, a specific GOR and lateral length. We've displayed the cumulative production bubbles, and we set some global constraints on our analysis. So now you have a project where you're ready to start interpreting.